All right.
That's right. It is, in fact, hump day.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good
Right off the bat,
morning.
I have to tease that you guys need to go to our website at chicksontheright.com. You need to be going there every single day of your life.
Every day.
Seriously, go there, chicksontheright.com. Go there. Good morning. How is everybody?
Good morning, everybody. Couple of quick headlines to get to before we get like into the thick of it. The first one is George Santos has voluntarily resigned from all of his committees. Now he's still a congressman, but the heat is on, you might say,
As
and
Glenn
he is
Fry would
feeling
say.
it.
Yeah.
He's feeling it. And so he, in order to just like make less of a headache, I think, for Kevin McCarthy, and there's a lot of pressure on Kevin McCarthy to remove him, to strip him of the assignments, he thought, you know what, I'll just save you the trouble and I'll just remove myself.
Well,
so that is a thing that happened yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
So that was a thing.
Less work for him, right?
Right. Yeah, less for him to do. Now he can just sit there and vote and come in to vote, and that's all he really has to do. So if you guys missed Tucker last night, they were talking about Michelle Obama as a potential candidate for president. And so this happens from time to time, right? They like to bring her up, but she's apparently like doing interviews and getting more in front of us. And so I guess that's why she's becoming a story again. Just me personally, I think that would be the death of Republicans forever because she's so freaking popular. You may or may not agree.
I don't think that she's going to do it. I kind
of don't either.
I don't think Michelle Obama would ever run for president because I think that she's too lazy to do it. And why would she do that? She's got this cush life where they've made hundreds of millions of dollars on a next Netflix deal. Why on earth would she do that? I just totally disagree with that whole theory that she's going to run. I think it's going to be Gavin Newsom and a bunch of other stragglers, and I just don't think it's going to be her, you guys. I know that people think that she's going to be in the race, and I just completely disagree with this theory. I just think she's too lazy.
I would be like, there's no freaking way I would want that level of responsibility while I'm having such a cush life. You know what I mean? Because she's living it up right now.
Right.
Why she would want to get tangled up in that again, unless, because we don't have a sense of what it means to have that kind of power and all of the benefits that come with it. And so maybe it's just so amazingly great that it's irresistible. And that's why that's why she's considering it.
But my thing is, I feel like they already have the power. Without her being president, they already have. I mean, the Obamas already have the power. Why would she want to do it? So I just, they have it.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. You guys, quick reminder: if you have not tried Field of Greens yet, this stuff is freaking awesome. This is the stuff, and this is one flavor. This is their supercharged flavor. Field of Greens is a way for you to get all of the nutrients, minerals, vitamins that you need from fruits and vegetables. If you're not particularly good at getting your what is it, like 6 servings, I think 6 cups a day of veggies and fruits that you're supposed to get for optimal health. I never do. Okay. First of all, it's really expensive. But also I never, ever get as much fruits and vegetables as I'm supposed to. So this is the way they have packed the whole full spectrum of essential vegetables and fruits right into a powder that you mix in 8 ounces of water. And it is good. It's actually so good that I want to drink more of it than I'm supposed to. I don't recommend doing that. Just drink the amount that you're supposed to, which is like 1 to 2 glasses of it a day. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of time in the bathroom. Okay. And you don't want to do that, but it is amazing. It tastes great. There's like 4 or 5, I think, different flavors. This is, I don't know. They're fruity to me. They're like they taste way more fruity than they do vegetably. And they've got a great special for our audience, fieldofgreens.com. And then you use code CHICKS to get 15% off of your first order. And then if you subscribe, if you get like a routine or a regular subscription order, it's another 10% off of that. So if you are like me and you have trouble getting all your fruits and veggies in, this is a cheat way to do it. And it tastes amazing.
And there's one just FYI, because she said they taste fruity. There's one that actually tastes like sweet tea. If you're a Southern girl like me, it's like, that's the one that I love the most. So it's like a light green color. And I just love that stuff. It's so good. So
they say it's lemon lime, maybe.
But it tastes like a sweet tea that to me that has like a lemony taste to it. So anyways, that's just FYI, if you're into that, kind of like I am. There you go.
Also, Nikki Haley expected to make her big announcement about running for president today. I don't know where or the circumstances around how she's doing it, but I do know that announcement, the official announcement, is supposed to be coming out today. So naturally, there's an old clip of her that's being that's running around social media of her from April of last year, or maybe the year before. I think April of last year, when they asked her specifically, if Trump runs, are you going to run? And she specifically said, no, I will not. If Trump is running for president, I'll support him and I will not run. So naturally that clip is flying around again, because obviously she has changed her mind and will be running. So we'll have officially 2 people in the presidential race.
Yeah. Pompeo will be next. I think.
Is that right?
I think he'll be next. Yeah.
I'm surprised he has, what's he waiting for?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I think that he'll be the next. I just think personally he'll be the next one to throw his hat in the ring. So what do we think about that? Who are you guys I'm curious what people think about it. People are saying she definitely qualifies. I don't know. I'm just curious what people think about her. Okay, trash. Benjamin thinks she's trash. Okay, yeah. Pompeo is smart, Jill. I think that he is a very smart guy. I mean, it's gonna be. Listen, one thing is for sure is we have a great bench of people. You may love some of these people, you may hate some of these people, but the bottom line is that they are good, smart, qualified. They are definitely we have a good bench of folks. They're quality people. Whereas on the left, they don't have squat.
It doesn't matter though, because the more of them get in, the more Trump is going to nail the nomination. So this is all pointless and stupid to me. Because everybody that gets in, it's just helping Trump. That's all it's doing. So you guys, I don't feel good about 2024. I'm hoping that DeSantis is going to hold out, not run right now. And then in 2028, he'll run and everything will be great. But all these people running are just going to make sure that Trump gets a nomination and then we will promptly lose in the general. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't like to be that pessimistic, but she's
being totally pessimistic.
That's how I feel. That's what I think is going to happen, you guys. That is what I think.
She's being very pessimistic.
I mean, I'm going to vote as hard as I can vote, but I'm just one itsy bitsy person who will, by the way, support Trump if he's the nominee. It's just that I know way too many people who won't. And so then what? How can we possibly win? You know what I mean?
As evidenced by the midterms, there's a lot of people that will not vote. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It just
turnout was really, really bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could have hope that maybe for a presidential race, it will be different. But
I mean, I will hope and I'll do everything I can.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel. I'm sorry. It's somebody saying we have super stickers. Jamie, thank you so much. I'm sorry that if we missed another super sticker, I'm so sorry. We always so appreciate that support that you guys give us. Really, keep it to myself. Cynthia's telling me to keep. This is my show. I mean, what? I'm not going to keep anything to myself on our own freaking show. She's not gonna. I'm not gonna. That's not how our show works. Can you imagine if I just kept everything to myself and just sat here in silence?
We should hold it in. We should just hold it right in.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of crazy, Joe Biden, you guys, what? Why is he so unable to not be a creep? You know what I mean? He just can't help himself. So yesterday,
he's a dirty old man. He's at this point, he's just a dirty old senile man. That's where we're at.
Oh my God. So he went up to reporters. This was, I think, at the White House. He went up to a crowd of reporters. I think it was raining. A lot of them were holding umbrellas. And, it wasn't pouring rain, but there was some moisture in the air. And so Biden decides he's going to answer questions, I guess, but he makes this crazy beeline for this one female reporter who's holding her, umbrella. Mm-hmm. And he grabs her hand to share the umbrella. So he has no sense of personal space, as we all know. It's freaking weird. And just and props to her because she somehow manages to get her question out. But look at how creepy this is.
Oh my God. I would have run.
What's behind your decision to end the COVID emergency?
Well, the emergency will end when the Supreme Court ends it. We've extended to May the 15th to make sure we get everything done. That's all. There's nothing behind the wall.
Did you see the way he came at her? The
Yeah.
face. He's like,
The face, right?
oh my
It's
God.
so strange. It's so strange the way he does that. So anyway, he was responding to her question about the ending of the COVID emergency, which apparently is going to happen in May, randomly in May. I don't understand why they do these things, but that's what they're doing.
I thought it was over. I thought we were done with this. I'm so confused about the timing of all of this crap. To me, it's over. How about you guys? Because
It's been over.
It's been over for me for a very long time. There's no emergency. It's just like, I mean, it's a cyclical thing. It's like the flu. That's how I look at this thing. It's ridiculous. It's like the government wants to keep us in a constant state of emergency. Suck it. I'm not going to be in a constant state of panic and emergency because you want me to be in that, because you want to have control over me. I'm not going to do that. And it's so many of us are like, we're not going to do that. So you can have your thumb on us. And keep moving the goalposts so you can. What is that? What is it?
Yeah,
it's so ridiculous.
And then when they choose these these arbitrary dates, it's even more evidence that this is just such a game at this point. It means nothing. There's nothing about a date in May that means that like COVID is different that day. You know what I mean? That's why it's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid.
After May 15th, you guys, you don't have to wear masks. It's fine. The virus is different. Is it May 11th? It's May 11th. The virus is totally different. Yeah, it's science, you guys. Follow the science.
It's just so stupid. So stupid. Okay, speaking of Biden, he was at like some event yesterday where it was an infrastructure event. I think it was a tunnel or I don't even know. It doesn't matter because he's just weird. And that's my point. My point is that he's weird and he gets screamy, especially when he's talking about, because he says this at almost every event. He'll say, there's nothing that America can't accomplish if we set our minds to it. He gets all rah, rah, America. But he gets so weird and screamy that it takes away from any of his rah-rah kind of message, right? So here's the example.
Nothing we can't do. Nothing. When the hell has America ever set a goal that it didn't reach? When has it ever? Name me a time. Name me a time.
Oh my God.
Why does he do that?
He starts out all Tony Robbins. And then he ends up all dictator, And it's like, you can't go all dictator. You can't do it.
You don't go full dictator.
You don't go full dictator. You don't.
It's like he starts Tony Robbins and then ends Howard Dean. And you're just like, where did that come from?
You can't do it.
So strange.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to share with you guys that I got an email. It is forever long. It's the longest email that I've ever gotten, I think, ever about a sponsor. Like, it is forever long. So awesome. I'm not obviously going to read the whole thing because that would be our whole show.
Why not? I mean, come on.
Yeah. I appreciate the storytelling. It comes from Jimmy Taylor, and Jimmy Taylor in part writes this. I think this is like the 5th paragraph. Okay. So he says, I listen to your show daily. I can't catch it live as I work in a secure facility and I have to leave my phone out on a table in the hall outside my office. So during my lunchtime, I watch your show on my phone down in the cafeteria. Of course, on one occasion, you mentioned Birch Gold. I took notice, and before going back into the skiff, I made the text exchange. That evening, while driving home, I got a call from Birch. The woman on the other end asked what my interest was, and I expressed some knowledge in it as I had received material from other companies. I gave her my email address, and she sent me their package digitally. It was way less complex and easy to read and understand. And so he goes on for several paragraphs to talk about like a fight with his wife and how she's moved out of their bedroom, all account on them disagreeing about 401ks. So behind her back, he took all of their money and moved it into Birch Gold accounts. And so he didn't tell her about this, but then like apparently her 401k sent a letter to her to say, all your money is being transferred out. So she got super mad. And so he showed her the progress of the Birch Gold account, and it had made up for all of their losses in 2022 and then some. So he was like, look what I did. And so now she's moved back into the bedroom and they're very, very happy.
I love that.
This is what he wrote about Birch Gold. But my point in telling you that story is because what he said about their information being super easy to understand is so true. Because when they sent us information, I finally, like, it clicked for me finally. Because you see the commercials, you read all the stuff online, and it's all just like, it doesn't make any sense. But somehow Birch Gold has perfected education about investing in precious metals. So if it's something of interest to you and you want to learn about it, there's no obligation. Like, this is just information for you. When you text the word chicks to 989898, they're going to send you that digital free kit. Or I think if you request it by mail, they'll send it to you that way too. And it's all about how this all works. And then if you decide, like he did, that you want to give it a go, you can. You don't have to do your whole entire portfolio, but you can do pieces of it. So they're very flexible, and it's a great way to get information. So
you
just check them out.
You don't have to take your spouse's money and invest it. Or you can just take your own. You can just take your own.
Right. But I do appreciate the story, Jimmy. So thank you very much for sharing that story.
Very sweet.
Remember, I know we've shown a lot of KJP clips. I'm not going to do that to everybody today, but we've shown a lot of clips specifically about the classified document scandal and how unwilling she is to answer any questions. She keeps saying, it's like she keeps saying, we're so transparent without being actually transparent at all. And so it turns out it's a whole White House talking point, because there was a CNN reporter who got onto Kate Bedingfield about the very same issue, and he told it to, I mean, like he pushed her. So here's how that went.
Claiming transparency, but I'm bringing this to you. You aren't bringing it to me. This happened in mid-November. If you are indeed being transparent, why the continued trickle of disclosure around these classified documents?
We have released multiple statements from the White House, and President Biden's personal attorney has released multiple statements over the last month, walking through the process and agreeing to be fully cooperative with the Justice Department. This is a process that plays out. We are responsive to the Justice Department's requests. We have been clear from the outset that the president will cooperate with every request the Justice Department has, and we've put out multiple statements describing that process.
Yeah, so they've nothing.
Now they're parading her out. Yeah, and the whole transparency thing is like, listen, the way I look at it is your actions like speak louder. What is the saying? Like, your actions speak so loud, I cannot hear what you say. I cannot hear what you say. Yeah, so that's it. It's like, you can say it as many times as you want to say it, but if you're not doing it, shut up. You know? You know what I mean? It's like
they know how to talk about the transparency.
Right.
They just don't know how to do the transparency.
Right. It's just, don't you think it's interesting they're parading her out now?
Well, she is in their communications team or whatever.
Right. But I mean, it's like, we don't really see a whole lot of her. I haven't really seen her in a long time. Have you? I don't really see her that much. It's always KJP. I don't see her a whole lot. But now they're like, well, maybe if she says it, they'll believe it. It's like, okay, all right, well, nice try, but we're still not believing, because you have to do it. You have to do the things. It's like a relationship. Yeah. You can say things over and over again, but if you're not doing, actions speak so loudly, I cannot hear what you say. Actions speak louder than words. If you're not doing the things, people aren't gonna. I mean, maybe some people believe that crap. Democrats believe that crap, but you're not transparent. You guys are full of crap. You're full of crap, and we all know it. So
and never once have they answered the question about the timing. Never once have they answered that question. And so,
big liars. They're big fat
liars.
Yeah.
And they should have lightning bolts strike them from Lightning Cat.
Guys, look at the Lightning Cat sweatshirt she wore that morning. I'm like, is that your Thundercat Lightning Cat sweatshirt? I haven't seen that since our radio days. You guys, it's Lightning Cat.
I pulled that out of the closet today, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this sweatshirt.
It comes from China. I told her not to get near an open flame today. That thing could go up just like that.
It's so true. Mm-hmm. So true.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Bidens, we got to talk about, like, there was some really gross stuff that was released on the Daily Mail about Hunter Biden and these.
No, it's shocking that it's
sexual
gross.
Trysts that he had with his assistants.
Just don't share it on Facebook. Don't share any of it on Facebook. Because I mean, even though he's naked and he puts it out there for all of us to see, don't share it. because you don't want to sexually exploit him. You don't want to do that, you guys.
No,
No,
he wouldn't.
Don't want to do that.
He wouldn't like that. So
No.
I get there were more texts that were found on the laptop between him and an assistant of his that he was basically saying, "Here, I'm Venmoing you money, so let's have like phone sex or whatever." And I mean, it's just he's such a skis.
Who has he not had sex with?
I didn't realize that he had also had sex with the widow's sister.
Oh,
did you know that?
No.
I didn't either. So yeah, so after his brother died, and then he divorced
Had
his
sex.
wife, married his brother's wife, and then cheated on her with multiple people, including her own sister.
Oh my God.
Just so gross.
He's
so gross.
Yeah. And then it's like somehow for some reason the government wants to protect that guy. And it's like, and if you dare share something that he has put out into the world, that is like, he's taking pictures of his junk and himself all the time, and like videos of him having sex with all these women. But if you dare to share a picture of him in his underwear, that's somehow sexually exploiting him.
Well, to be fair, he didn't release the photos voluntarily.
Doesn't matter.
He's just an idiot who left his laptop and just decided, I don't need that back.
It doesn't matter. It's like they are literally shaming us for sharing pictures of, for sharing pictures of him in his underwear. Like we're somehow the bad guy,
right?
Because he has pictures of himself floating around of him in his underwear. You're a skeeve, dude. It's like, if you didn't want that to get around, don't leave your laptop just laying around. Seriously, maybe don't smoke crack and leave your laptop laying around. There's a thought. I mean, they're blaming us. This is the thing. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Like the guy is disgusting. Yeah.
Well, and it gets seedier than just the sex stuff, right? So Maria Bartiromo talked to Miranda Devine about some other revelations that are coming out of this laptop that are much more serious and that everybody should know. Listen to this.
This is also as stunning. This is documents dated back to 2011 on that infamous laptop from hell that you wrote about. And this one shows Hunter Biden offering to sell intelligence on Russian oligarchs to Alcoa, okay? The aluminum company Alcoa for $55,000. This is just incredible. He says he also offered the company a list of elites of similar rank in Russia, the map of Deripaska's networks based on frequency of interaction with selected elites and countries. And he writes to Alcoa that he actually wants to be paid for inside information about this Russian oligarch.
Yes, where would he get that information from? I mean, that detailed analysis, frequency of meetings, that is something that really looks very much like a classified intelligence document. And so, again, more questions. And look, the fact is that Hunter Biden lived off and on with his father. His life was chaotic, so he would keep on coming back. He was doing business, making phone calls and so on out of Joe Biden's house. And he was desperate for money. Look, he was a drug addict. He was a committed crack addict. And so he needed money desperately. And it's pretty clear that if you need money desperately, you will do anything and you will betray any.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at a comment from Linda that said, Mark's safe from having sex with Hunter. Sorry, Linda, that was a great comment. That's like the greatest. I have a question. Okay, all this stuff that's happening with Hunter. I know this is a little off topic, but we were going to probably bring this up today anyway. So you and I both watched the Pam Anderson documentary, right? Mm-hmm. This is just, I don't understand how the world works. So she and Tommy made a sex tape. Okay. The sex tape was stolen. It was put out into the world. They can't do anything about it. Okay. So that I mean, I'm not saying what they did was like right or wrong. I don't care. Right or wrong. I'm indifferent, whatever. You do you, whatever. So that tape was put out into the world and other people made money off of it.
So much money.
Right. And it's shared far and wide. It's on the internet. You can find it. You can go do whatever you want to do, whatever. Okay. But then Hunter Biden has a laptop that's shared. If pictures are shared, videos are shared, if we dare to share that stuff, we're shut down. I don't understand how, like, what's the difference? Somebody explain to me the difference. I don't get it. What's the difference?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah. Is it because he's a Biden? So he's protected, but Pam Anderson is not protected? Why? Why is she not protected? But then Hunter Biden is protected. Explain that to me. Go.
I'm not going to be able to explain that.
Okay.
I don't
understand the difference. I don't get it.
Yeah, that was actually, it was an interesting documentary. And I don't know, because I don't know what possessed me I was just like, I'm gonna watch this. It's 2 hours. I'm gonna watch it. I was just morbidly curious about it. There was so much about her I did not know, and I'd forgotten like how many times she'd been married. Man, that woman likes to get married.
Yeah, I mean, almost as much as Elizabeth Taylor. Right.
Yeah, she just couldn't stop, and she loves getting divorced too. Like she does not, she'll get married, be married a few months, maybe a year tops, and then she's out of there. So, but she raised really good kids, and I feel bad. I feel bad for her whole, like that whole situation. I just feel bad.
Yeah.
For her.
Right. I mean, this is the thing. I like good, bad, or indifferent. I just don't like, who makes these rules? You know? This is the thing. So if you're a politician's kid, if you're Joe Biden's kid, or if you're, I mean, who's to say that if you're like Obama's kids, or if you were Chelsea Clinton making a sex tape, and then seriously, and that happened, like, so you would be protected, like you'd be protected. But if you're Pam Anderson and you were a Playboy model and people just objectified you anyway, you're not protected. I just don't. It's not fair. This is just not, I don't get it. Who makes these rules? Because they should be rules across the board, it's just not fair, you guys.
Somebody was asking where it is. It's on Netflix. I think it just came out a few days ago. And so it is on Netflix if you guys are interested in watching that.
Right.
People have been wondering when and if Ron DeSantis was ever going to respond to the constant attacks that he's getting from Donald Trump right now. And so far, like up until yesterday, they were not. The rule, I guess, in that campaign was to just pretend it wasn't happening. I mean, DeSantis hasn't even made a run. Like, it's not like he's even announced that he's going to run. So yesterday, finally, he was asked for a response, and this was a live press conference. He was asked for a response to the Trump attacks, and he finally gave one, and here it is.
I roll out of bed. I have people attacking me from all angles. It's been happening for many, many years. And if you look at the good thing about it, though, is like if you take a crisis situation like COVID, the good thing about it is when you're an elected executive, you have to make all kinds of decisions. You got to steer that ship. And the good thing is that the people are able to render a judgment on that, whether they reelect you or not. And I'm happy to say, in my case, not only did we win reelection, we won with the highest percentage of the vote that any Republican governor candidate has in the history of the state of Florida. We won by the largest raw vote margin, over 1.5 million votes, than any governor candidate has ever had in Florida history. And in fact, we almost doubled the previous record, which I think was like 780,000 vote margin. And so what I would just say is that verdict has been rendered by the people of the state of Florida.
I mean, he has a cold. He totally had a cold there. Did you notice that?
He does have a cold. Yeah, he had a cold, but that was perfect. He will not participate in the mudslinging, at least so far. And he just draws back. He just points to his own results and just says, listen, I get attacked all the time. Whatever. I don't care. I got work to do. I love
data. Here's the data.
Yeah.
Here's the data. Just sling data at people. I think that's the smartest way to handle it. It's like, here's data. Just everybody shut up. And I'm not going to make up nicknames for people. I'm just going to give you data.
Yeah.
And I think if you notice now, we haven't talked about this, but there was a poll that went out. I think I sent it to you the other day. Remember, we kind of briefly talked about this off the show. I can't remember who did the poll, but people in America right now are now most concerned. It's not about illegal immigration or the economy or any of this other stuff. What comes first is the lack of leadership in this country. We are like aching for leadership because everybody sucks. Everybody in leadership sucks. And like, we're looking around going, God, all these, like, who are these people? And we elected them. You know, it's like you get the government you deserve, right? We elected these total jackholes. And we're looking at them going, these people are toddlers.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about the executive branch, the legislative branch, the judicial, all of them, they all suck. And these are adults, and we're adults, and we're looking at them going, they're toddlers. And so we're lost in this country, and we all know it. Republicans and Democrats, we all know it. And so we're looking for new leadership. And then second to that, you know, it's like it is immigration and the economy and then all the other stuff. But the first one on the list, all of us agree, Democrats and Republicans alike, we all agree it's leadership. We just want somebody to lead, for Christ's sake.
And can it be somebody that's not 80? Please. Can it just freaking be somebody who's not 80?
Right. I hear you. It'd be nice. It'd be really nice. If it wasn't me, please don't make it me. In your horse shorts. And your Thundercat. Your Thundercat. It's like from China. Yeah. I mean, it would be really nice if it was somebody that was a little bit younger. It would be. But I don't know.
Would.
I don't know.
Really
it's funny because you see those polls and you're like, I don't know. I think, well, maybe we can all agree on that, but then I don't know. Then people don't go vote. And then I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to make of that other than the fact that, God, look, we all agreed on something. Yay! Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think we mentioned a couple days ago, this week for sure, we mentioned the fact that Trump had been doing these, not rallies. I guess they're not rallies anymore, but like events, campaign events. He did a stop in New Hampshire, did a stop in South Carolina. And there was a very unfortunate man on the street interview with a few of the supporters that came out to see him in South Carolina. And you guys, why are people the way they are? Look at this.
Donald Trump is president right now.
He's currently the president.
Absolutely.
He is still president. There's a lot of things that this Biden person does not have, like the presidential seal and things like that are pretty obvious.
But Biden doesn't have the presidential seal?
No.
When he speaks, there's a presidential seal in front of him.
It's not real.
What is he doing as president?
He is in charge of the military.
Great.
The military is in charge of this whole thing.
The military were put in charge in 2018 when President Trump signed an executive order.
The American military arms that are going to Ukraine, we have Donald Trump to thank for that?
No.
There's two militaries.
There's a good and a bad.
So there's two militaries. Donald Trump's in charge of the good one.
Yes.
Biden's in charge of the bad military?
That's exactly right.
Just what in the world? What is happening?
Those are some, I mean, and this is, of course, they find them to interview too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there were so many more. I mean, there were so many more.
Yeah. How old were those people? Those people were
the same age as the people running for president.
Right. I like that one lady. She was nice. She was a looker. That's exactly what it's like. Can we just not?
My God. Seriously.
Yeah, I know. And somebody said they found 3 nuts. There's more than 3. There's more than 3. They're out there. And then they're like, "Oh, I represent the Republican Party." Can you just go play what is it that they play? Pinochle? Just go play Pinochle or something. Just don't.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't. Isn't it a card game? I don't play cards. Is it Pinochle or what is it? What is the thing that they play now it's like tennis? But it's not pickleball.
Yes, pickleball. Yeah, that's a thing.
Everybody plays like competitive pickleball. It's like, oh, I threw my back out playing pickleball. Really? Did you do that? Because it's like the net is literally like right here in front of you. It's like ping pong. It's ping pong. It's pickleball.
I love that word though. I'm not making
pickleball. You're gonna play pickleball when you retire.
I'll play. I'm down. I'm down.
She'll do it just for the outfit. She'll do it because she'll
There's
be like,
outfits? Wait, what? What are they? Is it cute?
There's like a little skirt, I'm sure. She'll like,
Really?
Mock will be like, oh my God, it's a skirt. Daisy, I get to wear this cute little skirt. Yeah.
If the uniform is pajamas, I am down.
Pickleball. Euchre. Is it euchre? That's what it is.
No, euchre is cards. Euchre is not like an old person game, is it? I like euchre.
Bridge. Yes. They all play bridge.
Yeah. That's like a whole brainiac kind of game though. Like I don't know how to do that.
Right.
Okay. I wanted to show this one video of this chick on MSNBC who apparently just returned from like having all kinds of health issues, which I'm just going to let her describe. But what's unbelievable about what this story, and it's like I think it's a 2-minute clip that you're going to hear from her directly about what happened to her, is that she is convinced of the words that are coming out of her own face about why she experienced the issues that she did. I find this to be utterly ridiculous. Cannot believe she's buying it. I'll just let you guys be the judge.
I know from my Twitter feed that many of you have wondered why I have been off the air for a little while. Well, I have been dealing with a little bit of a health scare. On December 20th, I began to feel chest pains, and they waxed and waned over a period of 10 days. I wasn't quite sure what to make of it, but as they continued to get worse, I started to think something was actually wrong. It was December 30th when I finally went to an urgent care and was told I had reflux. I didn't really buy it, but I was relieved it wasn't my heart. My body, though, was pretty certain not to believe the reflux. The next day, on December 30th, I woke up with severe pains both in my chest and in my left shoulder, and it was like a tightening in my chest. When I took deep breaths, that got worse when I was laying flat. I knew enough at that moment to understand that it could mean, could is the key word here, that I was having a heart attack, especially because it was happening in the left part of my shoulder. I want to remind you, I run 7 miles 3 to 4 times a week, or I did. I do yoga. I don't eat meat. I don't smoke. I drink occasionally. Not right now, though, because my doctor tells me I can't. Aside from probably not getting enough sleep and working too much, I'm a pretty healthy person. But on that day, I was anything but. My husband drove me to the emergency room, and from there, the nightmare that has been my January began. I was diagnosed with pericarditis, inflammation of the lining of my heart, brought on by a virus, a literal common cold.
Oh my God.
I also had fluid around my heart that had to be drained or else it could hinder the beating of my heart. I was hospitalized for 4 nights and transferred from a local hospital to NYU Langone here in New York City. On January 4th, I was finally discharged after doctors drained the fluid around my heart, and I bounced out of the hospital. I couldn't get out of there fast enough with the hopes I was on the mend. But that was not the end. 3 days later, I was readmitted when I felt a flutter in my heart, like a butterfly. It was inside my chest. They determined I had developed myocarditis, inflammation of the actual heart now, the heart muscle. I remember being shepherded through the emergency room and wondering, is this it? It wasn't, thank God. Instead, I spent 5 more days in the hospital where they ran a battery of tests, adjusted my meds, and made sure nothing else was.
It was a cold, you guys.
You guys, it was a cold. You know, and
it was a common cold.
And the thing is there's a doctor that told her that.
Right.
And we all, and people, I say we all, a lot of people trust these doctors. They trust them. They trust doctors that tell them exactly what's wrong with them. And she trusted her doctor, and the doctor told her that that myocarditis and all the stuff, all of it was caused by the common cold.
Just your regular run-of-the-mill cold that everybody gets. This is a normal thing, you guys.
Right.
It's just,
and it causes
typical
the common
side
cold
effect from a cold.
Right. So now people believe that the common cold causes myocarditis. This is what people believe now. Okay.
So I just thought that was an interesting story to share. I do.
I like Stacey goes, nice story, brah. Right.
I do also, and it pains me to ever agree with Jessica Tarlov, who is one of the most insufferable people on television. But I do agree with her. This actually relates back to a story that we talked about yesterday with those migrants the illegal migrants in New York City, just being all butthurt about their poor accommodations that are being provided to them. Jessica Tarlov, to my amazement, actually said things that were right about this. Try to overlook the horrific vocal fry when you listen to this, but she is actually right.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for people like me that say I live in a sanctuary city. I think that we should live up to that promise. You know, the town of Ellis Island, as Eric Adams referenced there. No one who got off that boat said, inside is worse than outside, right? Or food is worse than no food. Right. Those are your options. You legally do not belong here, at least at this point. I hope you will get a pathway to citizenship. I hope that you will be a great contributor to the New York economy and then to the greater United States economy. But at this particular moment, you're here by the grace of our generosity. And to act like that is terrible. In the story, we covered it a couple weeks ago, the 4 migrants on Long Island who started robbing stores. There should be punishments for that. And there are better people that can take those spots.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Like we're taking the best of the best. First of all, can we just talk about her for a second? Because I noticed like at the end of like one of her segments the other day, it's like she has to force a smile. Like she went when she smiled, and she reminded me of your dog Maisie, which I don't want to I don't want to disparage Maisie because you know how much I love Maisie, but Maisie is emotionless. Okay. Her dog Maisie, like she has zero emotion. She has these emotionless eyes. And every time I see my dog Maisie, she's just this emotionless dog. And she reminds me a little bit of Jessica Tarlov. That's who she reminds me of. It's mean to Maisie. Okay. Cause I love
it is a little mean to Maisie.
It's mean to her dog, but that's who Jessica Tarlov is. She's just this, like, she can't, that's how she smiles. That's going to be the YouTube thumbnail. You know it.
Well, it's funny because I don't know if you guys ever see Special Report. You know how Brett Baer does the panel, and sometimes on the panel is that lady Mara Liasson. And whenever they introduce her, my husband and I always crack up because right when Brett Baer is introducing the panel, you know, they put the camera on each person and that person has to smile. And she always goes like this. She always does that, right? And I'm always like, Mara, please make a better face.
Right. It's like it pains her to smile because there's just no joy in that woman at all. Anyways, going back to the migrants, like listen, our oldest daughter is obsessed with Iceland. Okay. They love Iceland, she and her husband. And they've talked to us about, like, they've actually said to us, it'd be so cool to move to Iceland just to live there for a little bit, And I'm like, okay, y'all are crazy. First of all, because it's freaking cold there. I could never live in Iceland because I don't know. I don't know, who do you come from? Because Iceland is whack. I'd never live there just because of the cold. But they've actually looked into like what it would take to live in Iceland. A place like Iceland doesn't take just anybody. Okay. They take the best of the best. They don't allow people to become citizens just willy-nilly. I mean, they are so strict in who they take to be citizens. It's like you have to jump through a gajillion hoops to become a citizen in a place like Iceland. Why don't we do that?
It's a great question.
This is the thing. Does anybody ever look at Iceland and go, they're a bunch of racists? They're racist, I mean, this is a lot of countries do that. A lot of countries around the world are like that when it comes to immigration. We are not like that. And it drives me insane. Why is it that we're always the ones who are made and forced to take all these people in and pay for them when we're broke?
Yeah.
And we're called racist if we don't allow these people to just bust on over our border and we have to be like, oh, here's all of our money. Here's all of our stuff. Here's all the free shit. If we don't do that, we're called all these names. But places like Iceland, they're like, no, we want the best of the best. We want you to be professionals. We want you to offer something. You have to be this, and this. You have to make this amount of money in order to come here. You have to jump through. And no, you can't be a citizen. Screw you. You have to go through all these things and all these in order to be. It's like, why don't we do that?
Because we're too busy spending money to help other countries protect their borders.
This is the
ours,
thing.
not so much.
It's unreal.
It is
unreal.
Absolutely freaking real.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want me to show the video that you talked about or the video you talked about when I could not hear anything, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the lady with the couch. You guys, this is the whack. So this is what this chick found. This is a mama who was like looking for something in the couch, and she put her hand in or whatever, and then all of a sudden she discovered that this is 13 years of parenting. This is what happens. And it went viral. This video went viral. It was on TikTok, of course.
Okay, here it is.
Of course, she ripped it open. She found something in the couch. Look at that. Isn't that disgusting?
How does that even happen?
I don't know. 13 years. Look at all the crap in the couch. Did you see that?
That was a lot of crap. Hopefully that was not any kind of food. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm sure there was food in there. That's what happens when like kids shove things in the couch. I mean, I know somebody said, is it the first time she looked for something in the couch? I mean, I always go through my couch, like my daughter, because listen, when you have teenagers, they drop stuff in the couch. I'm sure you've witnessed this, Mom.
Yes.
But I will go through about once a week, and like in between the cushions, I'll like pull stuff out, and I'm like, what is that? But it's once a week. I mean, like she obviously, I know somebody said, who owns a couch for 13 years? I mean, I've owned couches for a long time, but I mean, I'll go through it like once a week. If you don't clean out that couch and you have teenagers, you get what you get. And that is what you get.
It's true.
That is nasty. That is just nasty. Nasty. So, ew.
Well, there you go. There is your whack. And that means it's time for some My Pillow Talks. By the way, my name today, Mock Lindell, in honor of Mike Lindell, who actually went straight to the Lion's Den last night and went on the Jimmy Kimmel show. And they mocked him, and they just made so much fun. He was such a good sport. Like, I don't know why he did it. I wouldn't have advised him to do it. They even set him up in a claw machine, so it looked like he was actually being interviewed inside of a claw machine, and he was down. Like, he agreed to this.
Why? What was the premise of that? I don't understand.
I don't exactly know why, but Jimmy Kimmel just literally just made fun of him to his face, and Mike Lindell, like a trooper, took it, laughed all the way through it, got some points in that he wanted to make, and God bless him for trying. I would have never told him to do it, but he did it, and he did it graciously, and he is a trooper, man. And so that is why my name is Mock Lindell today. And that is why you should also support Mike Lindell and his amazing company that is full of amazing products, mypillow.com/chicks, where you can get huge deals on all the bedding right now when you use code chicks.
Also, quickly, you guys, if you get a chance this weekend, it'll come out this weekend. Our deep dive was all about Dylan. Is it Mulvaney?
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Mulvaney, the transgender dude who is like making gajillions of dollars. And so we do a deep dive on that. It's a really good one. I think it was fun to do. And it was a really good one. It should come out on Saturday. So make sure you're checking out our deep dives every weekend that are coming out on Saturdays.
And it was good because if you guys don't know his whole history, like we kind of take you through a timeline of how he has become what he has become.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good one too.
Yeah. Good.
Prince Harry is back with another racism accusation. Here we go.
Okay, Harry. So what else happened? We were in the palace. In the screening room, the private theater.
Oh, wow.
And
private theater.
Em and I wanted to watch Black Mirror. But my brother and his wife and the rest of my family said, no, let's watch White Lotus.
Okay.
Season 2. And that was clearly a dig at Em.
No, Harry. Harry.
I don't think the color is a coincidence in the titles of the shows.
Oh, God.
And it's hurtful.
It's exactly a coincidence, Harry.
We need to modernize the conversation.
Fuck.
I don't know why he's so good at that.
He's very good.
Also, I have a little bit of motivation, a little bit of inspiration, if you will, for everyone. But this does require you to hide your kids and hide your wives.
Okay, hide them.
Hide them. This is about bad days and what to do when you have a bad day.
Okay.
When you have a bad day, give up. Go home and sleep. Fuck it. Try again tomorrow. Not every bad day can become a good day. Some days are fucked and cannot be unfucked. When you have a day that is fucked beyond repair, that is the universe speaking to you, sending you a message. Listen to the universe. Go home. Save your energy. Tomorrow is another day. For now, just fucking chill.
It's true.
Wise words,
It's
man.
true. Yeah.
Wise.
Sometimes you just got to give up. Yeah.
Some days can't be unfucked.
That's true. Just chill.
Remember the precious teensy weensy itsy bitsy puppies that were so cute and they made the cutest sounds?
Yes.
There's another new one. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I just want to grab his little face. I want to put my face on his little face. Look at his little
just
face.
Inhale. Like
Oh gosh, I need a puppy.
Oh my God.
He's so sleepy. He smells like a Frito.
Oh
You know
my
he smells
God,
like a
I love
giant
him.
bag of Fritos. You know he does, you guys. Giant bag of them.
So precious. I can't even deal.
Ugh.
Also, I don't know what is wrong with this cat, but something is wrong with this cat.
Where is he? What? Oh my gosh.
Are you a dog or a cat?
He looks insane. What was wrong with his
Insane.
eyes?
I don't know, but
You
I
guys,
just love
what was
that
wrong with
video.
his eyes? I don't own cats. What was wrong with that cat's eyes? I would let that cat out, and I don't know if I'd let it back in for a while.
Joey Day, you are 100% right. Joey says I need a quokka, and I do.
You probably do need a quokka.
I do. Oh my God, I love those things. Also, this dog cracks me up.
Oh my God. I kind of feel like if you were a dog, that's close to what you'd look like. It's close to, yep.
It's so ridiculous. Like, what is that?
It's so happy. Look at him. He's so happy and alert. Look at him. Oh my gosh. Look at him. Hey, everybody.
I don't know what that
I'm going
is,
to go
but
play
it's hilarious.
pickleball. We're going to go play pickleball now. Look at us.
Got to put on my skort.
I go get my little skort outfit. It has polka dots.
Okay, what do I have? Oh, so we've talked about those buttons that people get to teach their dogs how to talk, right? Like, so you can
Yes.
program the buttons.
My husband
we've
wants
talked
to do
about
this with Cash. He wants to do it with Cash so bad.
Well, this husky doesn't quite have this whole thing figured out just yet.
Outside. Aspen, the outside button stays inside. Outside. No. Aspen.
Oh my God, I love him. I love him. That's so great.
Doesn't quite have it figured out just yet.
Oh my gosh, that's the greatest.
And this dog has a very big toy and also needs to climb a couch at the same time. And so there's a little bit of a struggle here.
Okay, go ahead and jump and dang it. Okay, let's try
Oh
again.
my gosh.
Back it up and jump and dang it. Okay.
He needs his toy.
Let's go, little hand. Let's try again. We're going to run. And wait a second.
Here we go. Get a running start. There you go.
You can do this.
Yeah. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. We believe in you. We believe in you. Go.
Space. 1, 2, ready. Okay. Here we go. Ready. Back it up. Okay. Oh, okay, let's do this. I can do it. Run, jump.
Oh my God. He needs a Joe Biden motivational speech. There you go. There you go. Okay.
Okay, now this is so utterly precious. So this woman has a sister who has Down syndrome, okay? And the
Oh.
sister, Down syndrome people are literally angels sent from heaven.
They
And
sure are.
Like, fight me on that. They
Mhm.
absolutely are.
Yes,
This
they are.
sweet, sweet woman is no exception. And so the woman in the TikTok is talking about what her sister did for her. And it is the most precious thing ever. Look at this.
So I just dropped my sister Emily off at school, and I have to show you guys something. So she knew I had to run some errands today, so she packed me a lunchbox in my purse. So So let me show you what's inside of it.
Oh my
First off, she wrote me this letter. It says, I love you, Sarah, so much. You're the coolest. XOXO. Emily, see you after school. And then it says, eat your lunch. I really have no words. Some cooking spray. A frozen chicken patty. And a potato.
Is that not the cutest thing
I
you've
love
ever
her.
seen?
I
Oh
just
my
love her. Oh
God.
my gosh. Absolutely love her.
Oh my God. I cannot deal with how adorable that is. I can't.
I love her
cannot
so much.
deal. Oh my
So
God.
cute. So cute.
Precious, precious angels.
They
Ah.
really are. They are the best.
Oh my God.
Okay, you guys. We made it through today. Lots of
I'm
technical
sorry.
difficulties.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about my AirPods. I don't know.
We're
what
going to make
happened.
sure that Mock gets some really cheap. These are like $10. My other ones were $5 at Walmart. Okay. So we're going to make sure she gets some cheap things like me. See, because
I have them, but I don't even know where they are. I didn't expect to need them. And so I tried to look for them. I couldn't find them. I'm sorry.
Send
you
Ron to the
guys.
store. You don't have to leave your house. Just send Ron to the store. Have him go to Walmart. Get you some cheap things. See, they hang down. They look really high tech.
We are professional podcasters, you guys.
Exactly. You guys bring it in.
Is there a dog? Where's the dog?
He's not in here. He was out there because I think he's looking at the ice still. He's so obsessed with the ice. Like I said before, he's so obsessed with ice. I think he just wants to stare at it. I don't know why. Everybody say hello to Lightning Cat.
If we're not going to get a dog, you
From
guys need a
China.
lightning cat.
It's from China. Like I said, do not get close to an open flame today.
I know.
For your,
You guys,
I'm
this
worried for your
fabric.
safety.
Oh my God, it's terrible. Like it's the most horrific fabric. Don't ever get stuff from China.
Just don't do it. You guys have a fantastic Wednesday and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, everybody.